A potent rumor is circulating in the Horn of Africa. Turkey's jet-powered unmanned fighter, the Bayraktar Kızılelma, may soon arrive in Somalia. The implications are enormous. Somalia, long dependent on foreign peacekeepers, could leap to the forefront of African military technology. For decades, Somalia's airspace has been uncontrolled, its forces locked in conflict with Al-Shabaab. The Kızılelma's arrival would be a game-changer, signaling a new era for both Somalia and its ally Turkey. This isn't just an arms deal. It's a bold geopolitical move. For Somalia, it's a chance to reclaim sovereignty and project strength. For Turkey, it's a way to cement its influence in Africa. The Kızılelma would be more than a weapon. It would symbolize a new Somali identity and Turkey's growing reach. As of now, there's no official confirmation, but the rumor alone reflects shifting alliances and ambitions. Years of close cooperation between Turkey and Somalia have set the stage for such a leap. The real question, how will the region and the world react if this advanced jet lands on Mogadishu's runways? The Bayraktar Kızılelma isn't just another drone, it's a revolution in unmanned aerial combat. Unlike the propeller-driven TB2, the Kızılelma is a jet-powered, stealthy, pilotless fighter, putting Somalia on par with global military powers. It can fly high, fast, and undetected, carrying up to 1,500 kilograms of munitions, from air-to-air missiles to precision bombs. This platform can strike deep, suppress air defenses, and even engage enemy aircraft, unprecedented for an export drone. Its stealth design and carrier-capable features highlight its advanced engineering, even if Somalia lacks such ships. Near supersonic speed means rapid response to threats, a first for Somalia or any African nation. If delivered, Somalia would be the first Kızılelma export customer and the first in Africa to field such a system. This isn't an incremental upgrade, it's a quantum leap, potentially granting Somalia air superiority for the first time in decades. The Kızılelma's arrival would force a major reassessment of military dynamics across the region. It's not just a weapon, it's a symbol of a new era in African warfare. Somalia's potential acquisition of the Kızılelma is the latest step in a deepening partnership with Turkey. Since Turkey's intervention during the 2011 famine, it has become Somalia's most influential ally, investing in humanitarian aid, infrastructure and defense. Camp Turksum in Mogadishu, Turkey's largest overseas base, trains Somali soldiers and shapes the future of the Somali military. Turkey has already supplied Somalia with TB2 drones, which have proven effective in counter-terrorism operations. The successful use of TB2S shows Somalia can handle advanced Turkish technology, paving the way for the Kızılelma. With established training and logistics pipelines, the transfer of the Kızılelma is a logical next move. This alliance is no longer about if Somalia will get advanced tech, but when and under what terms. The Kızılelma's arrival in Somalia would send shockwaves through the Horn of Africa. Ethiopia, with its history of rivalry and border disputes, would see this as a direct threat, likely seeking its own advanced weaponry. Kenya, despite counter-terrorism cooperation, would be uneasy, especially with unresolved maritime disputes and Somalia's new long-range capabilities. This could trigger an arms race, straining regional relations and budgets. Middle Eastern powers like the UAE and Egypt, wary of Turkey's influence, might ramp up support for rival factions. The Horn could become a new front in proxy competition between regional and global powers. Western nations would face a dilemma. A stronger Somali military could help fight Al-Shabaab. But advanced tech in a fragile state is risky. The risk of escalation and increased dependence on Turkey would complicate Western policy. The region's balance of power would be upended overnight. For Somalia, the Kızılelma would be transformative. It would give Somalia real air power for the first time in decades, allowing it to control its skies and respond rapidly to threats. In the fight against al-Shabaab, the drone's speed and payload would enable precision strikes and persistent surveillance, dismantling insurgent networks. Maritime security would also improve, with the Kızılelma patrolling vital shipping lanes and deterring piracy and illegal fishing. The drone's presence would boost national pride and signal Somalia's return as a capable sovereign actor. It would strengthen the government's legitimacy and foster national unity. The Kızılelma would mark a decisive break from Somalia's troubled past. But with new power comes new responsibility and new risks. The Kızılelma's promise comes with steep challenges. The cost is enormous, not just for the aircraft, but for the infrastructure, training and maintenance required. Somalia's fragile economy would struggle to sustain such a program without major Turkish support or painful trade-offs. Operating the Kızılelma demands highly skilled personnel, requiring intensive training and retention efforts. Without this expertise, Somalia risks dependence on Turkish contractors, undermining true sovereignty. The drone's arrival could spark a regional arms race, diverting resources from development and increasing tensions. Instead of stability, the Kızılelma could bring new insecurity to the Horn. Somalia's reliance on Turkey would deepen, giving Ankara significant leverage over its security policy. If relations soured, Turkey could ground Somalia's air force with a single decision. The dream of advanced air power could quickly become a strategic vulnerability. The Kızılelma represents a historic crossroads for Somalia, a chance to leap into the future, but at great risk. The vision of a Somali air force is powerful, but the leap from basic drones to stealth fighters is immense. Without sustainable infrastructure and expertise, the force could be hollow, creating debt and dependence. The risk of technology falling into the wrong hands remains real in a volatile environment. Regionally, the Kızılelma could provoke neighbors and fuel an arms race, increasing instability. The weapon meant to secure Somalia could instead isolate it. Is Somalia ready for the responsibility and risks of such power? The shortcut to modernization is tempting, but perilous. As Somalia stands on the brink, it must weigh ambition against the realities of its own fragility and the unpredictable consequences ahead.